Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the Monsters of Dirt second race of the night. It is the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Models. Here tonight, we're at the Williams Grove Speedway. And once again, I welcome my broadcast partner tonight, my partner in crime, Steve McMillan. Steve, welcome back to the Ultimate Dirt TV booth, and welcome back to Williams Grove Speedway.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Glad we made it back. But you know what? We did something we said we was going to look. We looked up the the prayer, the NASCAR prayer thing, and Brett, you're going to play it now for us. So everybody bow your.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa, my two children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
Boogity boogity amen. Welcome back, race fans, with the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Models as they are qualified on the track right now as we speak.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack at the moment. Car number 42, the D1RT Racing entry of Jordan Casey. Sitting in position number 11th at the moment. We'll see who else is on the racetrack at the moment. Another D1RT Racing entry. He's got a new paint scheme on that car. The number 80 of Dylan Wilson. Stephen, well, I've got to say that car looks very, very slick.
Yes, it does indeed. Very nice with that D1RT car.
Right, the FTP Full Throttle Performance Caper and Screen Reading iRacing iFlags Dirty Grass Souls. Number 77, Robert Fletcher, 25th quick for the moment. 42 cars have taken a time, Steve, and that's probably going to put us into the 4 heat races. Again, another one of these FTP cars, the iRacing iFlag Dirty Grass Souls. Number 47, he just come off a third place run at the Knoxville Raceway for the Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model Race. Lucas Chowning in car number 47, 20th quick. At the moment, we're also going to have another one of those cars come out onto the racetrack in car number 32. It's Daniel Powell, and not having a little trouble there in 3 and 4, but Dylan Hauser, quick time with a 19.722. And one thing we haven't mentioned so far tonight with the Super Late Model, Stephen, as always, for the Super Late Model series, it is a fixed setup.
That's right, it's a fixed setup, so it's all about the driver. Everyone's on equal playing ground. It's how you drive the cars, and at this little, what do you say, hairpin turns, there's going to be some action for sure on the
Yeah, looking at a Swindell Speed Lab iRacing iFlag number 00 of Kendall Tucker. Also another one of these Superman graphics. Geez, I tell you what, he's putting out some hell of a paint schemes that we're seeing here for the the Supermoon graphics cars. As Kendall Tucker 6th quick with a 19.773. Daniel Powell and other drivers still circulating around this big half a mile of a racetrack. And that's going to wrap us up for the qualifying session, Steve. And of course, Dylan Hauser 19.722 quick time. Shane James 2nd quick. Hayden Cardwell 3rd. Jason McConnell 4th with Kevin Dedman rounding out the top 5. And then of course we go down to Kendall Tucker in 6th, Brayton Wallace, Dylan Wilson, Dustin Hall, Clay Devon, your top 10. You just look at those top 10 drivers, Stephen. Any one of those drivers have got the potential to win here tonight. Just the 4 heat races for tonight's Super Late Models here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Steve, we'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat number 1. And exactly like we've seen in the Pro Late Model race just at Knoxville Raceway just an hour and a bit, or yeah, just under an hour and a bit, or an hour ago. It's going to be 7 laps on the board. The top 4 will go on to the main event and we'll take 9 from the B main. So 16 cars will lock in from your heat races. Starting on pole, car number 2, that's Dylan Hauser. Starting position 2, the 000 of Kevin Dedman. Starting position 3, the 331 of Dustin Hall. Cody Howard in the 42 will start position 4. Position 5 will be the 118 of Joshua Hessen. Michael Spengler, car number 30, will start position 6. Aaron Brumbelow, car number 01, will start position 7. James Schmidt out of position number 8 in car number 4. Position 9 is going to be the 5 of Huey Quillen. Jason McSparron, car 23, out of position 10. And then we've got Daniel Passmore and Jesse John scheduled to line up out of positions number 11 and 12. So just the 10 cars for heat number 1, Steve. Who do you like in this one?
Well, I want to go with Kevin, but I just know Dylan will bulldoze his way through them, so I guess I'll go with Dylan Howard.
Alright, well, I'll pick Kevin Dedman then. Simple as that. It's not often that you get to, we pick guys, from the 3rd or 4th or even 5th row back. It's generally guys because, the fastest qualifiers start at the front. Generally gives us opportunity to pick those guys, and you got to take it when you can, Steve.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And the lights will go out this time. We'll go green flag racing for 7 laps.
So let's talk about this track. Obviously, half a mile in distance. All right, but the big thing is you got the long straightaways, and then you got those sharp turns. It's difficult, Steve, especially because these guys are going to get off the gas earlier than what they would, say at the likes of the track like Knoxville or Volusia, those other half-mile racetracks.
That is true. I mean, especially when you hit these turns, I mean, you got to be ready for them. And you got to pray and hope the guy behind you is ready for you, too. As you look, pace trucks in, Hauser on a loud pedal, green flag action. He gets a good jump out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Dedman in second, side by side is Howard and the 331 of Dustin Hall as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
Well, already some good racing here in the opening lap of tonight's opening heat race. Hauser will lead lap number 1. Dedman sits in second, Howard in third. Then you go back to Dustin Hall in that 4th and final transfer position right now. The battle is on between Spengler, Hessen and Brumbelow right now for 5th, 6th and 7th. Spengler in the 30 machine, Hessen in the 118. That's the yellow and purple car on the inside of the number 30 machine. 2 in the books, they make contact there. Brumbelow gets on by. And Hessen does a 360. He's going to pull that car in the front straight away. Huey Quillen in the 5. In fact, that's Huey Quillen in the 5 car. He's got some damage as well.
Yes, he is. As you look as the car number 331 of Dustin Hall is in the final transfer spot as they come to complete lap number 3 on lap number 4 now. Kevin Dedman chasing down your race leader, Dylan Hauser, Cody Howard in third. Well, they're actually pretty calm for this first heat race, Brett.
Generally isn't the heat races. It's the AMA that I'm sort of worried about. But, again, it's just the track though. I put blame on the track. Well, that's probably a bit unfair, because it is the drivers on the racetrack. It's not like a racetrack moves or anything. So, anyhow, 5 in, 2 to run. Hauser, the Slick Sim Sports down under graphics number 2 machine out in front. Team VLR.com, Dirty Grass Souls number 22. Kevin Dedman rides in second. In fact, it's going to be Howard in third. And then 4th is going to be Dustin Hall. So no change to your top 4. And probably an expected top 4 in the opening heat race of the night. But Steve, they make their way down the back straight away. 1 to run. In fact, a couple of turns. Heat race number 1.
That's right. Dylan Hauser's led lap to lap as they will come out turn number 4 to claim heat race number 1 opener win. Kevin Dedman in second, Cody Howard third, Dustin Hall picking up the final transfer spot in the 331, Aaron Brumbelow in fifth, Michael Spengler in sixth, and Jason Schmidt.
Alright, heat race number 2. Cars getting set to take to the racetrack here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, heat race number 2 on the front row. It is HRE Motorsports car number 3, Shane James on the outside with the Swindell Speed Labs, Kendall Tucker. Your second row inside of the D1RT entry, Clay Devin, and then Tyler Barrow will start fourth. Starting your third row inside is Garrett Niebuhr and Blake Garrett. On his outside, starting seventh is Robert Fletcher and Bryce Nichols. Starting ninth is Chris Fisher and Daniel Powell start 10th. Brian Waxon, the B14, starts 11th. Jace Jondra will start 12th. And as your starting grid for heat race number 2. Who do you got, Brett?
Kendall Tucker. Yeah, no, Kendall Tucker. Yeah, I'll take him. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, you can go with Kendall Tucker. I'll go with the D1RT entry.
Of course you will.
Hey, we gotta. I have to. Let's see here. I have to. The boss is watching.
The boss is watching? It's funny, you know.
Boss
he
is-
ain't my boss. You know who my boss is?
Well, she's either at work or she's in the other room.
Me. I'm the boss.
All right, Shane James and Kendall Tucker go into turn number 3. Pace truck pulls into the infield. We're fixing to go green flag action for heat race number 2. Coming out turn number 4, green flag is out. Shane James on loud pedal. Good start for Kendall Tucker, as actually he was ahead of Shane James at the flag stand. They're side by side coming out turn number 2. It's going to be Kendall Tucker with the lead. Go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Look at Clay Devin in third spot right now. In fourth, it's Tyler Barrow. Coming out of 4 down the front straightaway, Shane James, Kendall Tucker side by side into turn number 1.
Yeah, look at Devin and Barrow there in that third and fourth spot at the moment. Tyler Barrow, that Burberry Designs number 35 machine again. It's nice to see him back the second time within a week, so we'll see what he can do in this heat race. He's in third spot. He's holding off Clay Devin for fourth. However, James looking for the race lead now into turn number 1 and 2. Kendall Tucker's got that bottom side groove working to make the way down the back straightaway. Garrett Niebuhr in the number 19 machine as well. He's on the outside looking in. He's in position number 5. He's going to have to get by the 84 of Clay Devin if he's going to want to make a transfer spot directly from heat races to the A main.
And you look, Shane James has been strong the last month or so, Brett, as we have seen. And, you know, he's staying right with Kendall Tucker. And in fact, that sometimes it looks like Kendall Tucker is kind of in his way, you know.
It's all about just trying to keep the momentum up here. You know, as I said, we've got these long straighters and you've got these tight sweeping turns. It's almost like, you compare it to the asphalt race or an asphalt track, it's almost like the Martinsville. So, again, you know, these guys have got to get off the gas early on. Tucker, he's very close to hitting those inside U-ties and, of course, hitting that inside wall. 5 down, 2 to run here in heat race number 2, and Tucker looks good at the moment. And you go back to, of course, Shane James, Tyler Barrow in third, Clay Devin still holding on to fourth with Garrett Niebuhr. It's just a couple of laps left to run in this one, Steve, to make it into the main event. He's got to get in that fourth position. Otherwise, he's going to start on the outside of the front row of the B main.
That's right. He has to do something now because it come down with a white flag. As you see, Kendall Tucker down the back straightaway. Shane James is second. Tyler Barrow in third. Clay Devin fourth. Garrett trying everything to get in. Will he have enough as it come down the front straightaway? And no, he won't. He will go to the B main. So Kendall Tucker, Shane James, Tyler Barrow, Clay Devin, your top 4. Fifth will be Garrett Niebuhr, Robert Schaefer. All right, as we're going into heat race number 3, as Brett takes care of some business. All right, starting on your front row at car number 7, it's Hayden Cardwell in the D1RT entry. Outside of him, it's Brayton Wallace in the number 6. Second row inside, it's Klein Everhart and Jordan Casey. Starting 5th is Derek Drummond and Robert Satterfield starts 6th. Anthony Cordell and Daniel Cummings Jr. starts 8th. Starting 9th is Mitch Stiles. Starting 10th is Blake Brown. John Etheridge will start 11th and David Wells will start 12th. That is your starting lineup for heat race number 3. All right, pace truck starting to pull off with the driver starting to fall in pursuit. Seven laps. This is top 4. We'll go to the A main. 11 drivers out here tonight in heat race number 3. David Wells not making a call in the car number 59. You know, we've seen Brayton Wallace on a tear lately, been really strong in car number 6. Alrighty, lights will go on the base truck. We're going green this time around. Aiden Cardwell and Brayton Wallace will lead the field to the green flag. All right, pace truck will lead them into turn number 3. He'll pull off into the infield. It leaves it in the hands of Aiden Cardwell and Brayton Wallace. Hayden Cardwell and Loud Metal green flag racing. We're off. Great jump for Hayden Cardwell. Brayton Wallace is second. Side by side for third is Klein Everhart and Jordan Casey in the 42. They come out of the turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Casey now in third. Everhart is in fourth. Oh, Casey getting into the panel, rear panel of Wallace there. But look out, Robert Schaefer. In a 97, and Derek Drummond running really hard for that final transfer spot with Klein Everhart. As you see, they're making their way down the front straightaway to complete lap number 2 of the 7-lap heat race. Jordan Casey giving everything he can to Brayton Wallace to get around them. Cannot do it. They come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Hayden Cardwell with a commanding lead. Coming out for their side-by-side for second place, Jordan Casey and Brayton Wallace. Jordan Casey has it at the line. Going to turn number 1. They're still side-by-side. Coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brayton Wallace now with advantage. Takes over second. As they go into turn number 3. Oh, contact! 42 into Wallace. They keep it together. That allows Klein Everhart to move up in that third spot, run the high side. Casey on the bottom. Robert Schaefer is on the outside looking in. Daniel Cummins is 6th. Blake Brown is 7th. Mitch Stiles is 8th. As they are on lap number 6. Brayton Wallace in second place. Klein Everhart in third. And you look at Casey trying to come back. He's in fourth spot trying to make a move on Everhart, but doubt that will happen as the white flag is out. Hayden Cardwell has led lap to lap. As he is in turn number 3, coming out turn number 4 to win heat race number 3, it's going to be Jordan Casey. I mean, not Jordan Casey. Hayden Gardwell, Brayton Walls second, Klein Everhart third, Jordan Casey fourth, Robert Schaefer fifth, Daniel Cummins sixth, Blake Brown seventh, Mitch Stiles eighth, John Etheridge ninth, and Derek Ryman will finish 10th. All right, your heat race number 4. And car number 114 is Jason McConnell. On his outside, be car number 80 of Dylan Wilson. On your second row inside is Rocky Battenfield and Travis Card will start 4th. Starting 5th is Lucas Chowning and Bryson Banks starting 6th. 7th is Kevin Kaufman. Benji Killian scheduled to start 8th. Alvin Herring 9th. Derek Nichols starts 10th. And Mario Perez was scheduled 11th. All right. Heat race number 4. As there are 1 or 2 pace laps. The drivers will get the 1 to go signal this time. Jason McConnell and Dylan Wilson will lead them to the green flag. Rocky Battenfield and Travis Card in the second row. Your third row again is Lucas Chowning and Bryson Banks. Fourth row, Kevin Kaufman and Derek Nichols. Calvin Herring will start 9th. A circle will bring him into turn number 3. It will dive off into the infield, leaving in the hands of Jason McConnell to get on a green flag. When the green flag comes out, they come out of turn number 4. He's on loud pedal. Green flag is out. We're racing for heat race number 4. Look at Rocky Battenfield on the inside of car number 80 of Dylan Wilson. They go into turn number 1. Coming out turn number 2, it's going to be Dylan Wilson with an advantage in the second spot. Rocky Battenfield falls back into third. They go in turn number 3. That 4th spot, Chowning battling with Card for the 4th and final transfer spot. Coming out turn number 2, Dylan Wilson trying to catch up to your race leader, Jason McConnell. They go in turn number 3. Wilson on the high side. McConnell on the bottom as they exit turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1 we go. As you look at the D1RT entry, Dylan Wilson doing everything on that top side with a pretty nice little paint scheme he has going on. Ooh, little contact. Oh, Battenfield. Oh, Card. Look at Chowning though. He is now in a transfer spot in his 4th heat race.
Yeah, there's actually contact there between the 37 of Kevin Kaufman and Travis Carter. They're going to make contact once again there on the exit of turn number 2. However, look at Wilson. He is all over the back of your race leader into turns 3 and 4. McConnell, it'll be 4 down this time by 3 to run. A mile and a half to go for Jason McConnell to get the win here in heat race number 4. He's looking good, Steve, but I'll tell you what, if he's looking in his mirror, looking at his relative, he would know that that number 80 machine is trying everything, trying desperately to get by him into turn number 3 and 4. 2 to run this time by.
That's right, coming out turn number 4, Dylan Wilson trying to get a run on the car number 114 of McConnell. They go into turn number 1. Wilson run the high side. He does have momentum, but it just looks like McConnell's is strong on the bottom, exiting turn number 2 there. As you see, they're in turn number 3, coming out of turn number 4 this time. McConnell still running that bottom line, exiting. And look at Wilson, dives down to the bottom. Tries everything he has. His white flag is out. 1 lap to go. And this matters because Whoever wins this race will start fourth in the future race tonight.
Yeah, there's still a lot for grabs if you finish if you get the win. As they come off turn 4, it's going to be Jason McConnell with the win. He will start 4th. Wilson home in 2nd. He'll start 8th. Chowning in 3rd. He's going to start 12th. Battenfield 4th. He's going to start position 16. Everybody else goes through to the B main and C main. Banks, Kaufman, Card, Herring, Nichols, and Killian. As we move into, I believe, now our D main, Steve. Is that correct?
That's right. And, you know, I don't know how many is going to be in it. Maybe one?
Let's wait and
There's Brian Wax.
Yeah, let's wait and find out. I guess two
Two?
cars, yeah.
Benji Killian ain't in it. Daniel Passmore's not in it. Derek Drummond disconnected.
It's just going to be the 2 cars, so 10 laps. It'll be a 10-lap hot lap session. What we'll do, we'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. We'll step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Green flag. Everybody.
Gonna be a wreck behind you. Gonna be a wreck behind you.
So I don't know what to do.
Somebody put oil down. We're hurting the fence.
Are they flagging it? Flag. White flag. Clear. Man, this is it. Check a flag.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV. The 2 cars on track for your D main, Brian Wax and Anthony Cordill. They've got 3 to run this time by, and Steve, again, this is it's an unfortunate circumstance that we have, because with the drivers not registering and not joining the server, again, what goes on over at their house is sort of beyond our control. But this is just an extra bit of a hot lap session basically for these 2 drivers on the racetrack.
It is, gives us something to work with when they go into the C main. The C main is 12 laps. Top 4 will make it to the B main. So, I mean, this gives us some practice, something to try to figure out how the track's working. The high side, low side, whichever one's working for the car. I mean, with the super late models, it's really touchy, especially when a track starts to slick up.
Oh, I get the white flag that time by on the front straightaway. Brian Wax in the B14 car. You're watching the 99 of Anthony Cordill, who is sitting in second at the moment. But again, it's both these cars will transfer as they make their way out of turn 4 in this long front straightaway and long back straightaway. Brian Wax going to get the win here in tonight's D main, along with Anthony Cordill home in second position. We'll see those 2 drivers, of course, continuing on into the next race, which will be 11 cars. It'll be the C main. And of course, we'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And starting on pole, your C main for 12 laps the distance. In car number 64, it's going to be Bryce Nichols in.
All right, starting out outside of Bryce Nichols at car number 54, it's Mitch Stiles. Your second row inside is Calvin Herring in 08, and Huey Quillens will start 4th. On your third row inside is Daniel Powell, and John Etheridge will start 6th. 7th will be Derek Nichols, and Joshua Hess will start 8th. Starting 9th is Blake Garrett, and starting 10th, Brian Wax. Starting 11th be Anthony Cordill. All right, 12 laps. This is top 4. We'll make it to the B main tonight. Bryce Nichols and Mitch Stiles on your front row. As they make their long face laps as they come down out turn number 4 down the straightaway. The flagman will give them the 1 to go signal this time for Bryce Nichols and Mitch Stiles. And we got Mr. Wheeler back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Guess who's back? Back. My neck, my back. Finish the song, Brett. My neck, my back.
Don't know what you're on about. Never heard of it.
Lick my.
I wonder exactly where you were going with that one, you fool. I'm smarter than you, fool.
Pace truck will pull off into the infield. Bryce Nichols and Mitch Stiles will lead to the green flag out turn number 4. Here they come. Green flag's out. Bryce Nichols on the loud pedal. Green flag racing. As you see, Nichols get a good jump on the 54. Mitch Stiles. Look at Calvin Herring working a second spot. Going down the back straightaway, Herring and Mitch Stiles side by side. Brett, what was going on in the back there? They were do-si-doing.
Not too sure what was going on in the back, but again, we'll keep an eye on the battle for that 4th and final transfer position. We've got the 08 of Calvin Herring, and we've got a couple of cars in the background there. Nichols, well, there's a couple of Nichols in this one, and not just saying, because there's both Bryce and Derek in this one.
Well, how about that? Someone gets to make 10 cents tonight.
It's only worth a couple of pennies anyway. Stiles is trying to make a run at the race leader, Bryce Nichols. He holds him off in the 64 through turn number 3 and 4. They come down the front straightaway. They complete lap number 3 of 12, but it is the 54 of Mitch Stiles in second position. He's at the moment, he's in a bit of a sandwich between Calvin Herring and Bryce Nichols. Herring in the 08 machine, and Huey Quillen, who rounds out your top 4, Steve.
That's right, they come out turn number 4. This time down the front straightaway to complete lap number 4 of 12. As you look, Mitch Stiles looking underneath
Did you
of
just say
Bryce
McStiles?
Nichols. I almost did.
No, I'm pretty
Anyway,
sure
down the
you
back.
said McStyles.
McStyles.
Are
There
you
you go.
trying to be
McStyles.
McFunny?
Has to come out for Brett. Y'all probably think I'm weird how Brett keeps on leaving me, and I'm not even sure he's even on the broadcast part. He might be just doing the push talk to me. Who knows? But they go down the back straightaway. Mitch Styles with a run on Bryce Nichols, but can't do anything. They go in turn number 3, coming out 4. To complete lap number 6, halfway down, halfway to go. This time, Mitch Styles looks underneath. Slide job on Bryce Nichols. Bryce Nichols back underneath. They're side by side. Out of 2, down the back straightaway. They go to turn number 3. Bryce Nichols coming out 4. Calvin Herring now putting the pressure on the 54 car of Mitch Styles. And fit 4th place, the final transfer spot right now is car number 32 of Daniel Powell. As it come out 4, you look at your top 4 there, top 3. You can throw a blanket over them. 4th has some distance to catch up on. As they complete lap number 8, they're on lap number 9 right now. Going down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Nichols run the slider line. He will exit turn number 4 on the high side. Mitch Styles in his hip pocket. Mitch Styles is fast, but the track is starting to wear out just a little bit. It's hard. Keep your car down low when you try to make it fast. But all right, welcome back, Brett.
Yeah! Sorry, I can't do it as good as Steve. 2 to run. Bryce Nichols, Mitch Styles, Calvin Herring in top 3. You've seen these 3 cars battle on screen for the most part of this C main. And again, 3 of these drivers are looking to advance. Daniel Powell in position number 4. He's on the bubble. At the moment, they come off a turn number 4. Steve Bryce Nichols, he's been looking good so far in this C main.
He definitely has, and so has Mitch Styles. They come down, take the white flag. 1 lap to go. They come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Bryce Nichols has led every lap of this B main. Go into turn number 3. Runs the slider line. Comes out turn number 4 on the high side. Down the long front straightaway, your race winner, car number 64, Bryce Nichols. Mitch Styles finishes 2nd, Calvin Herring 3rd, 4th goes to Daniel Powell. He'll be the last person to transfer to the B main. Huey Quillen finished 5th, and Blake Garrett finished 6th. John Etheridge 7th.
Oh, what an exciting C main that was. We've still got a B main to come, which will be 14 laps in distance. And I dare say we are going to take the top 9 out of those ones. We are just waiting for the server to roll over. There we go. Checkered flag is out. And we are now getting set for our 17 car field. 14 laps of distance. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, starting in front row, car number 01, Aaron Brobolo, and as outside, and car number 19 is Garrett Nieberge. Second row inside, and car number 97 is Robert Schaefer, and Bryson Banks will start for. Starting your third row inside is Michael Spengler and Robert Fletcher. Starting 7th is Daniel Cummings Jr. and Kevin Kaufman will start 8th. Starting 9th is James Schmidt and Chris Fisher. Starting 11th is Blake Brown and Travis Card will start roll off 12th. Starting 13th is Jason McSparran and Bryce Nichols, your C main winner. Mitch Styles start 15th. Calvin Herring will start 16th. And 17th will be Daniel Powell. Top 9 will go to the future 14 laps. Brett, who do you have to pick to win the B main?
Nieberge.
Okay.
Okay.
I will go with.
Don't think too hard about this one, okay? We've only got about another 3 minutes of this pace lap left.
I'll go with Fletcher.
Hey, you notice Bryson Banks in the 51 didn't grid, so that'll move up the outside row from Robert Fletcher. He'll move up to position 4. Kevin Kaufman up to position 6. 8th is going to be Chris Fisher. Travis Card 10th. Bryce Nichols in 12th. And Calvin Herring in position number 14. So it'll be 16 cars to contest this one. 9 go through. 7 go home, Steve.
Choo choo!
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Amen. All right, Pace truck pulls off into the infield. It's Brumbelow and Nieberge. Lead him to the green flag. He's on the loud pedal. Aaron is off. Off to the races we are with B-Main. As they go into turn number 1. People are touching people in unfamiliar places, but they make it through it as they're down the back straightaway.
What if this consent form's been signed before this B-Main, Steve?
I hope so, because, oh, caution's out. Someone did not sign a consent form.
Calvin Herring in the 08 along with the 23 of Jason McSparron. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay for the first time tonight. And of course in tonight's B-Main. We'll get to see what happened here between these drivers. Look at them 3 and 4 wide there on the back straight away, and Nichols gets into the 23. The 54 of Mitch Stiles was punted like a football, and unfortunately it's yeah, that's not going to end well. But thankfully for Stiles, he was able to get that car back going. He did somewhat of a 360, but there's going to be a whole lot of damage on that race car. That's certainly going to hurt the horsepower on that one.
Yes, indeed.
So I got to say, we've kept it pretty clean so far, albeit I haven't been here for half the broadcast from what it feels like between taking phone calls and sending people away from my door. It's been so far, but the couple of heat races that I've seen were not too bad, Steve.
No, they've been good. They've been good heat races. Let's just see if we carried on through the future race. You know, it'd be nice if one of the driver. Yes, it'd be nice if maybe someone gets sponsored like the Triple X bookstore or something for Wednesday nights. That'd be pretty awesome.
I'm sure we could put up a sponsorship proposal or something like that, and who's going to be the first one to buy something online?
Right, or maybe they get the sponsorship from the Double D Diner.
What, Derek Drymond's? he's got triple D's. The Derek Drymond Diner.
Pace truck will pull off as we're on lap number 4. Pace truck will pull off into the infield. Aaron and Garrett on the front row. They go into turn number 4. Out turn number 4. Aaron on the loud pedal. Green flag. Better starting up. Oh, they're touching people. Car upside down in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Airplane. But we're continuing to go green flag racing down the back straightaway. It's Aaron in the command with Garrett right behind them.
This has been a weird race.
Yes, it has. And you know, Cummins finished second in the checkers records and checkers.
No. Checkers and records. You had it right the first time. Checkers and records.
I shouldn't doubt myself, should I? I should never doubt myself if I said it right. But it's the only reason why I doubt myself now is because that one night we messed up.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll take blame for that one because I was actually reading something else and I was sort of I was doing like 400 different things at once, as I do. But yeah, that was you know what? You can ache on that one. You can put the blame on me for that one.
So far in the final transfer spot, it's Daniel Powell, Mitch Stiles looking in. As he runs 10th, Mitch Stiles. So he's on the outside looking in for the final transfer as they're on lap number 8. I see Aaron Brumbelow going in turn number 3.
Oh, Blake Brown spun around. But the Mitch Stiles nowhere to go on that exchange. We stay green. No, there is the yellow flag. The 74, Blake Brown. We'll get to take a look.
That kind of rhymed.
Yeah, I know. And I wasn't even doing it on purpose. I was just spitting it out there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think it was Fisher. It was either Fisher or Card who
Hey,
got the back of it.
Watcher Wagner watching.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was
I'm
Travis,
watching.
Travis Card. It was in that 1C car. Just got into the back of him. And again, we'll take a look here at the Black Diamond Motorsports onboard camera angles. I was on board with Blake Brown. In fact, we'll go on board with Travis Card. He's just got a little bit of a better run. Obviously not expecting Brown to check up all that much into turns 3 and 4, but he did so, and well, that'll bring out the caution flag for what, the second time I think in the B main.
Yes, indeed. You know, I should be able to remember that with
It's really not hard,
wreckers and
Steve.
checkers.
No, other
I
way
know,
around.
because
Checkers and wreckers.
checkers and wreckers, right?
My God.
What'd I say?
You just said wreckers
I
and
say back-
checkers. You said it backwards again after we just had this conversation less than 60 seconds ago.
Well, the thing about it is normally you wreck before the checker, and I got to remember, they have the checkers before the wreckers.
It's real simple. To finish first you must finish.
That will get me nowhere.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I am good at finishing first. Oh God, anyhow. Can my checker to come out, Steve? It's tell you what, not Niebrugge, Brumbelow. He's done a hell of a job out in front, I gotta say.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, Tom. Look, if I could slap him on the side of the head to say, "Oh, pull your head in," I would. But violence against Steve is America says no.
That's right. America. Alrighty, here we go. Brumbelow and Garrett side by side, hopefully for the final restart. As it comes out turn number 4. Yeah! Let's go racing, boys! As Aaron Brumbelow's on the lap pedal. As it crosses our finish line in turn number 1, Aaron Brumbelow. But look at Fletcher putting pressure on Garrett Niebrugge for that second spot. But look at Cummins, look on the outside of 77 of Fletcher. Brett, it's all yours.
Oh God, that was the best yeehaw that I've ever heard. It's still funny the week later. Brumbelow out of turn 4. The white flag is upon us. Half a mile, 4 turns away from the finding out the 9 drivers that are going to make it into tonight's main event. And down the back straightaway here at the Grove under the bridge. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Your B main is complete. Aaron Brumbelow going to put it in tonight's main event. He gets the win. Garrett Niebrugge second. Daniel Cummings Jr. third. Fletcher fourth. Fisher, Schmidt, Powell, Herring, and Brown. Going to get the 9th and final transfer spot. Spengler home in 10th. Card, Schaefer, Styles, Nichols, Kaufman, McSparrant, and Banks didn't even grid. So we have our field set for our 50-lap main event.
Let's see who do you think's going to win the main event?
Kendall.
I'd say
Kendall Tucker.
Kendall Tucker. All right, I will go with Deadman. So we're fixed to go to commercial, right?
Well, that depends. If there's anyone
Well-
that wants to ask us some questions, we're happy to stay on air. Otherwise, I will.
Yeah,
go
if
to a
y'all want to
commercial.
ask a question, you're on Facebook Live. Better type it now, otherwise Burt Wheeler's going to hit a button. So who do y'all think's going to win tonight? And Lord have mercy, Monsters of Dirt Super Late Model Series.
Actually, while we've got this little break in proceedings for tonight's 50-lap main event, of course, don't forget to check out Monsters of Dirt on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow. Don't forget to check out their website as well, iRacingMonstersOfDirt.com. Keep up to date with what they've got going on throughout the week. 5 nights a week they race: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Of course, I want to thank our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, a big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Don't forget to hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. Hit the subscribe button to our YouTube channel. As we have.
If this guy just said, "Mom, your mama is going to win. Well, my mama is 6 feet down under the earth right now. So if she wins, hell has frozen over.
Look at that. Daniel Passmore. He's taken Hayden Carver, but the real winner is that comment. I think we're winners listening to this broadcast. Well, Daniel, thank you very much. You're still a fool. So it came out of nowhere, that one. I'm going to keep throwing that dart until it sticks. What dart is he throwing? Oh, Bryce Nichols to take it all. Come on, man.
That Slim Jim car. He's going to Slim Jim it.
I wonder if Jim was actually slim when he made those.
Oh no, probably.
I like Byron's one. Tucker the beep will win.
Well, right now in the speed charts is Kendall Tucker, Hayden Cardwell, and Shane James, your top 3 so far in speeds in the final practice warm-ups for the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Models.
What do you mean,
50
Daniel?
laps.
Listen to Daniel. Listen to this fool, would you? Always talking, and I'll replace the word with smack when you can't defend yourself. Of course you can defend yourself. You've got fingers, you've just typed. Well, I'd just be a little bit like you on the racetrack, a little bit slow, but yeah, it's fine. I can wait for your replies.
Hey, you know what? Last night he actually beat. I want to say he beat the Bulldozer. Was it last night? In a super late model race.
Yeah, nice. So, late model race?
Yeah, it was a late model race, a super late model.
Boring.
Well, you know what, folks? So I like late model racing on iRacing, and Brett likes the sprint car side of iRacing. So together we're a fine.
We're a fine combination, Steve. We are, and I say this, we are the best in the business because there's nobody else that has the chemistry like we do.
That's right, because you're the one that always puts me on track with the camera.
Look, I ain't afraid to show other cars on the racetrack. Doesn't matter what kind of logos they got on their car. I'm happy to show all drivers on the racetrack.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so we've got a couple of cardwells. Now, there's only one cardwell here tonight, which happens to be Hayden. So, no, it was in a pro late model. That's just like winning the Special Olympics, mate. Oh, Bazinga Punk, now we're even.
Are we going to do the same thing we did in the pro late model race?
Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, let's do it. All right, let's take a look at your 50-lap main event. You're starting to line up. It will look like this. Starting on pole position, driving caliber 2, Dylan Hauser on the outside of the front row. Driving the 00, Kendall Tucker starts position number 2.
Starting third tonight, it's Hayden Cardwell and Jason McConnell.
At a position number 5, the 000, Kevin Dedman. At a position 6, caliber 3 of Shane James.
Starting your fourth row inside is Brayton Wallace, and on his outside, starting 8th is Dylan Wilson.
Cody Howard will start position 9. Tyler Barry will start position number 10.
Your 6th row inside is Clyde Everhart, and Lucas Chowning will start 12th.
Position 13 is going to be Dustin Hall. At a position 14, Clay Devon.
Your 8th row inside, in car number 42, D1RT entry is Jordan Casey. Rocky Battenfield will start.
At a position 17 will be Aaron Brumbelow. Garrett Niebuhr will start position 18.
Daniel Cummins will start 19th, and Robert Fletcher will start 20th.
21st is going to be Chris Fisher. 22nd will be James Schmidt.
Starting 23rd on the field, car number 32 of Daniel Powell and Calvin Herring on outside.
And position number 25, your 25th starter in tonight's main event, driving caliber 74, will be Blake Brown. 50 laps here at the Williams Grove Speedway. 25 miles, Steve. That is a long time around this track.
That's right. You better hope the driver's got the consent form, because there's going to be a lot of touching unfamiliar places as they're on the back straightaway fixing to go green this time.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, your main event about to start for the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Models Series. We get set, 25 cars, 50 laps on the board. Green flag is out. Your main event is underway. As it will be Dylan Hauser to lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2. Tucker in second. Cardwell third. Contact from about 6th or 7th on back, but down the back straightaway for the first time in tonight's main event. Hauser runs the slider line. Tucker down low. Look at McConnell, Deadman, and Brayton Wallace as well. There's a bit of a gap back from Cody Howard. In that 8th spot, back to 9th is Tyler Barr. But again, look at Kendall Tucker. He's trying to make moves early on in this one, Steve.
That's right. Your top three's trying to break away from the 4th spot of Jason McConnell. Caution is out. Someone touched someone's no-no.
Calvin Herring and Daniel Cummings Jr. around in turns number 1 and 2. We'll be able to take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and see, again, while these drivers are facing the wrong way in this one. But, again, it was, in fact, Brombelow and Daniel Powell, I think it was, in the 32 machine. Those drivers had contact. Oh no, in fact it was Daniel Cummings Jr. who got into the back there of the 32 of Daniel Powell, and then that sent the 32 half spinning. Cummins got off the gas, and then in fact he went to stop there on the top of 1 and 2, and it was Calvin Herring who, again, nowhere to go on that exchange. So early caution here from the Williams Grove Speedway.
Was it Brian that got me to say that last weekend?
I don't know, dude. You know how many broadcasts, you know how many interactions in chat that I've seen and people I've spoken to since then?
Not many. You don't have a social life.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry, my bad.
Just joking.
No, I know.
Choo-choo! It's the bulldozer and Tucker side by side on this restart. It's going to be Cardwell and McConnell on the second row. Deadman, and on his outside, the 80 car of Dylan Wilson on row 3.
Tell you what, I'm super impressed with the driver of the 114 car of Jason McConnell. You see him on screen there. Driving that number 114, the Dark Horse Motorsports entry, the Jackhammers they call him. But he's done a fantastic job so far, Steve. I'll let you lead us back to the green flag.
All right. Yeehaw! It's Hauser on the lap pedal. Green flag racing as we're off, as we complete lap number 5 of 50. Going into turn number 1. Hauser slides up in front of Tucker. Tucker ducks underneath, side by side down the back straightaway. Tucker has the lead when a caution comes out, but we'll see how iRacing has it in the scoring.
Just quietly, Klein Everhart upside down in turns, well, on the exit of turn number 2. And that's
And he didn't land on all 4s, did he?
not on his back.
Uh-oh. You know, that could form some back problems later on in life.
Yeah, that State Line Motorsports Palmer race pass just gone to the back of Daniel Powell, and then I believe it was Chris Fisher who came in to finish off the number 8 machine. I believe that might be Aaron Brombelow back there as well. He's had some damage. He's going to be done for tonight as well.
Oh, wow. McConnell given the EOL. Was he part of that?
Let's take a look, actually, because I think he actually, in fact, got into the back of Tyler Burrow. Well, no, it was Kevin Denman, in fact. He got into the back of Burrow, came through, but again, I mean, that had nothing to do with the incident at the back there, so I'm not sure why that happened, but again, we're not paid to think on what happened and what not. We're paid to do what we do best, and that's talk about some racing.
That's right. Your new race leader Kendall Tucker managed to put a nose out over Hauser down the back straightaway when the caution came out. So tough break for Hauser.
Green had bad luck. Green's a good colour. I run green. I win races all the time.
Who are you talking to?
Byron Morris, he goes, green's bad luck. Told ya. Fool, you didn't tell us nothing, alright? Ain't nothing wrong with green.
Politics.
Yeah, look, you're just superstitious, mate.
All right, lights are out on the pace vehicle. Will pull off. This time it's Kendall Tucker in control of the race field as they're in turn number 3. Coming out turn number 4, he's on the gas. Coming out for Green Flag Racing. Right now, you look at Cardwell. He's ahead of Hauser going into turn number 1. As they get out turn number 2, Hauser has momentum on the high side. Oh, a little shove there into his teammate of Dylan Wilson, but they're in turn number 3, coming out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Kendall Tucker would lead lap number 10.
The game is called iRacing Michael. Just to keep you up to date, go to iRacing.com as we watch right now the drivers come down the back straightaway under the bridge here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Tucker leads from Hauser. Cardwell 3rd, 4th. Wilson 4th. And Kevin Denman rounds out your top 5. What a top 5 that is too, Steve. It's just a...
It's a stout top 5.
Yeah, I mean, 3 pro drivers, 1 former pro driver, and a guy that's got the potential to run with the best of the best with the pro drivers and be probably one of the best on the sim.
That's right. As it come out forward down the first straightaway, Cardwell breathing heavily down Hauser's neck. As it come out turn number 2, Cardwell tries to duck underneath, but we got a caution on the race.
Yeah, yellow flag and a fly as the drivers make their way into turns 3 and 4. They will stay on the gas. I think Calvin Herring sort of catching the raw end of that deal again in that 08 machine. He has not had a whole lot of luck here tonight as Pace Truck will pull up onto the back straightaway. The cars will line up single file. Right now, Steve, when you got these moments in time, you know, when you're thinking about what about a minute and a half a lap around here under yellow, or a minute?
About a minute, maybe a little bit more.
If you're out there on the racetrack, what are you doing right now?
Well, if it's me, I'm paying attention to something else. I mean, that's just under caution because you got plenty of time. Probably I'm looking at my phone, seeing what someone's texting me or messaging me. Who knows what's in these guys' heads under caution? I mean, they're doing something to occupy their...
You think they're looking at the racetrack, or do you think they're doing something else? Looking at their phones, texting? I mean, it wasn't a definitive answer.
They're sexting or something. Who knows? I mean, maybe they got a hot date after this race and are like, it's going to be 5 more minutes because of this.
I can tell you that Kendall Tucker has been absolutely slaying it after he wins all these races. He just goes out, he just paints the town red, and in fact, he paints the town white. Get that little joke there. And he's not leaving anything for anybody else. He's just taking all the women.
He can pork your wife twice in a minute.
Mate, that's even with having a shower too. They don't call me Quick Time for nothing, mate.
All right, Kendall Tucker and Hauser. Kendall's fixing to swap the S off of slicks and make it licks on this restart. Green flag racing its Kendall Tucker loud pedal and Aiden Cardwell trying to dig deep on this restart. He's underneath the 2-car Hauser as they go into turn number 1. Coming out turn number 2, they're side by side, but look out. Wilson on the outside of Cardwell, down the back straightaway. We're at 3rd spot. They go to turn number 3. Top 3 on the high side, and you look at Cardwell, it's still running at bottom. He needs to move up, but look at another D1RT entry in 5th.
Yeah, Kevin Dedman rides in 6th, Brayton Wallace in 7th. Then you go back to Lucas Chowding, Tyler Burrow, and Garrett Niebrigi, your top 10, all pretty much top and fast late model drivers. And again, they find themselves in a single file formation at the moment at this top side. So dominant here at the Williams Grove Speedway. The slider line through 1 and 2. But Kendall Tucker, Houses all over the back of him right now. Cardwell looking on the inside there on Wilson. Can't make the move as here goes Hauser. Tucker blocks the bottom side with the slider line through 3 and 4. And if he keeps running that line, Steve is going to make it very hard for Dylan Hauser to get by that number 00 machine.
They just remember, they don't call Hauser the bulldozer for nothing. He can sometimes bulldoze his way up to the...
Well, we'll see how this all plays out. 20 down, 30 to run here at the Williams Grove Speedway for the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Model, round number 4. Wilson slides up a little high on the racetrack, gets into the darker stuff up the top of the racetrack in 1 and 2. And Cardwell had his opportunity, but he just stabbed the brakes just to stop that car from sliding up any further into the number 80 machine. And oh, they are single file racing here at the Grove.
They are, and now we're getting some green flag runs in. This is what the drivers wanted. And this really helps the mindset of the drivers. They've had quite a few cautions back to back, and now they get to go.
Well, Cardwell, the first driver to break away from the single file formation as the yellow flag comes out, is Cardwell actually went to the bottom side in turns 3 and 4 just then, and he did just get out of the gas. But I mean, lap times at the moment in the 20.5s, 20.6s, 20.7s at the moment. So I mean, you know, you're looking at 3 laps a minute. You still got 20. We're gonna have about 25 to run. So you do the math. We're still got about 8 minutes of racing under the, we'll call it 10, under the green flag conditions.
Yeah, and you know, there are green white checkers on, so we'll get to have it a couple more times if the caution does come out again. But Jordan Casey be sent to the rear of the field in car number 42. But this time it puts Cardwell starting 4th on the outside, Brett. This might be something he will need on this restart because he's been starting on the inside.
Say that again, I was typing.
I said on this restart, it put Cardwell on the outside. You know, all previous restarts, Cardwell started on the inside, which has not been a good place for him to start out on. But this his teammate got around him, Dylan Wilson.
You know, it's crucial for these guys, especially on the top side, but it's more so important for the guys on the bottom side to try and get back up to that top side of the racetrack, because as we've seen to the last 10 to 12 laps, it's all been top side. It's going to be interesting to see how Tucker approaches these first opening couple of laps on this restart. We are going to be officially halfway home, 25 down, 25 to go. And at the moment, with the way Hauser was putting pressure on, we might just see a slider line from Kendall Tucker for a couple of laps.
That's right, to block the moves as they go into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Kendall Tucker back on loud pedal this time. But look at the 80 car, Dylan Wilson gets a good start. He's in 2nd place going into turn number 1. And Hauser moves back to 3rd. But look out, this D1RT entries are in 4th and 5th. But look at Dedman moving into the 5th spot, running the high side.
Dedman back into that 5th spot. Yellow once again here at the Grove, and the cars will check up once again. We're going to have 20 to run this time by, and of course this is not ideal. Rocky Battenfield already back on pit road a number of laps ago. I'm not sure who the reason for that caution was. It looks like maybe Jordan Casey. You leave that.
Did you read that comment?
Yes. You leave that comment alone.
Yes, sir. He's probably been watching Chatterbait or something.
Mm-hmm. I gotta be careful now. This is the kind of territory that could get us into trouble.
So now, on your front row, on this restart, Dylan Wilson, does he have anything for Tucker on this restart?
Who knows? Let's find out, because again, it's actually going to be Hauser who's might have a bit of trouble here. Actually, Hauser might actually sort of do a Dylan Wilson to Dylan Wilson. He got a run on the bottom side and then got to the top side. So, I mean, these restarts for the driver that sits in third, it can really help them progress forward in tonight's feature event.
That's right, the battle of the double Ds.
.21 to go in tonight's main event.
Choo-choo!
That's what it's been like on the top side, unfortunately, but would have liked to see
Someone's getting trained.
Yeah, I would have liked to see this track slicking off just a little bit more, you know?
Yep.
Yep. What are you, Dave Hester? Yep, there's green flag flies in the back of the way. 29 down, 21 to run. Hauser straight to the top side. Will slide up to the top of the racetrack. Deadman working low on the inside of Hayden Carbell down the back straight away to start lap number 30. Oh, Clay Deadman! Oh, look out. Yellow about to come out onto the circuit. There it is, Clay Deadman. Pretty sure he got hit from behind by the B6 of Brayton Wallace.
He looked like he got punted.
He was certainly shunted all right.
And look, in 5th spot, it's Kevin Deadman, your winner earlier tonight.
Yes, at TeamVR.com, iRacing iFlags, Dirty Grass Souls entry.
In the Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model Series. Did I say it right?
What did you say?
I'm not saying it again because I might mess it up.
No, I missed what you said. No, did you say Wreckers or Checkers and Wreckers?
Checkers and Wreckers.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so I did say it right.
Yes,
How about
you
that?
did. Yeah, yippee-ki-yay.
All right, as we now move into the single file restart. And the problem of it was I would have nailed it a long time ago if Brett would have made that mistake. And now it's like I question myself every time I say the name. And I had it wrote down and then the paper somewhere on the floor in the dog's mouth. So I'll rewrite it for next weekend, make sure I have it. All right, lights are out on Pace Vehicle. Kendall Tucker and Dylan Wilson will lead them to the green flag on a single file restart. Kendall Tucker bringing them to the green flag out turn number 4. They're on the lap pedal. Green flag is out. They left behind the 2-car of Hauser. Hauser getting some pressure by Cardwell on the bottom, but Hauser has momentum on the high side.
Yeah, in the turn number 3 and 4, Carbell down to the low side along with Wilson and Kendall Tucker. So maybe something come of that one a couple of laps ago, about 6 or 7 laps ago, when Cardwell went to the bottom side just before the yellow came out. So again, this is going to be a tight race as Tucker, he pulls about a 5 car length advantage over Dylan Wilson. Hauser in third. Fourth, go back to Cardwell. Then you go back to Kevin Dedman and Brayton Wallace in the B6 machine. So again, some fast guys still up the front here in tonight's main event. Tyler Burrow sitting inside of the top 10, 9th position. In fact, it is, and he's done a stellar job here tonight. Meanwhile, look at the two Dylans going at it as yellow once again. I would love to try out a butt kicker.
You want your butt kicked?
Look,
Oh,
I
it's a
kick
Slim
butts.
Jim car.
Slim pickings, that one.
Choo choo.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying those butt kickers. I heard they're pretty good. But again, you know, just the shipping just is an absolute killer.
I was gonna say something smart, but I thought of different of it.
Go, come on.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Hit me.
because I
Look,
can't pun you.
yeah, hit me with your best shot.
Because every time I say a pun to you, you come back with full-fledged violence.
Go, just try me. Come on.
No, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
Let's go. Come on, just hit me. Just please. Look, I promise I'll try not to come back at you.
See, this is a guy begging me to hit him, and if I hit him, he's gonna knock the holy smack out of me.
Come on, just hit me. Hit me with your best shot.
No,
Do it.
hit me with your best shot.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. Come on, let's go. Meow. You remind me of my cat, you know?
That's all I think is. Never mind.
Well, you know what? Last week, Steve would have. Last week, if I had said this to you, you would have came back at me. You've
I would have.
You've gone soft in a week. That's soft going. That's poor form, Steve. That is poor form.
You look at Kendall Tucker's nose. It's clean. You go back to the 80 of Wilson. It's dirty as can be. That nose of the.
I mean, there's any wrong reason why his nose is absolutely dirty. I'm sure he's had his knee pads on.
Oh, pile up! Oh, pile up! Pile up!
I think that was a case of Hauser. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. I'm not too sure. I'm not going to say it was definitely him. I'll wait and see with your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Oh, in fact, that might have been Wilson, in fact. I think Wilson.
Well, you know, we've seen this before, and it's really hard to judge on iRacing on these restart single file because probably if you watch the onboard of Tucker, probably at some point he was fast. Oh, the green flag's out.
Okay.
I don't know what just happened there. Okay.
What we do know is Kendall Tucker still leads down the front straightaway, 9 to run. Dylan Wilson second. Third is Kevin Dedman. Then you go back to Dylan Hauser, Hayden Cardwell side by side through 1 and 2. Cardwell moves into position number 4, but Hauser not going to give up that spot too easy down into 1 and 2.
All right, so what they basically did was gave the leaders their spot, or the drivers their spot back. Cautions out on the racetrack. But going back to it, it's very tricky because we have one of these instances in another league race where the leader looked like he took off. Second place was on the gas, and it actually looked like the second place driver caused it at certain points of view, but you saw how the 2 car kind of let off at the at the restart, then try to get a run. And so when the action happens, like with Wilson on the gas, Hauser has nothing to do except for plowing into him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I don't think you can put the full blame there on.
You can't. You can't, but I'm just saying, there's different points of view of seeing it. You could look at Hauser for laying back on the start there, or you could point to blame other places. And the thing about this is really hard.
Regardless of the situation and regardless of the outcome and what the admins make of it or race control makes of it.
Well, they gave their spots back.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, regardless of those situations, sometimes and all the time, the drivers aren't going to see eye to eye with race control. They're not going to get some calls. They're not going to go their way. Some calls they might. It's kind of a flip of a coin, and it's just a matter of what race control calls at that point in time. Look, I want to make a point of why that green flag come out so quick.
I mean, it looked like it was a lap.
And why can't we have that everywhere?
Right.
Rather
And it's
than
double
sit it-
file restart for this 5 laps to go left in the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Model Feature Race here at Williams Grove. It's going to be Tucker, Wilson side by side, Devin and Ardwell on the second row, Hauser and Walt.
4 to go, Steve, in this main event. Which driver's going to park it on the front straightaway? Michael, thank you for that follow before. And I have no idea what that kind of name is, but thank you for that follow. As we go back to green, 4 laps left to run here in tonight's main event for the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Models. 50 laps here at the Grove. Deadman up on the inside now on Wilson into turn number 1 and 2. Wilson's going to have the momentum on the top side. Down the back straight away. Cardwell has to get off the gas from getting into the back of Deadman, and Hauser gets into the back of Cardwell. And again, we keep it underway, keep it straight.
We got car around. Hauser disconnects quickly there. Did he hit the wall?
I think he might have got into when he got into the back of Cardwell, because I think he may have got hit from behind. I think in order to stop from a caution coming out, I think he's just hit the old Alt F4 button. Trying to do the right thing and not bring out the caution, but unfortunately the cars behind him got stacked up and turned around, and it's life, you move on.
That's right. Do-si-do, come on, partner, let's go. Green-white checkers, 1 of 3.
No, Byron, I wouldn't say it was a rage quit. Again, like I said, I think he was just more so trying to do the right thing and trying to keep the race from having the yellow come out to where we can get these last final couple of laps in.
I will say he's pretty good at that, trying not to bring out caution. He will disconnect pretty quickly if he's in a wreck, to bring out the caution.
No, Ed, until you give me 1,000 stars, there'll be no more yeehaws. Okay, I want to see 1,000 stars right now before we get a yeehaw. And just think, you haven't got much time to do it because we're going green flag racing this time by green, white, checker, Steve.
Come on, Pappy.
See, look, he's laughing at it. He thinks I'm joking. There's no more yeehaws until I get those 1,000 stars.
Hi, Corey Whitworth. All right, Kendall Tucker, Dylan Wilson. Yeehaw! We're going green flag racing. Out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. As you look at Kevin Devin moving into the second spot, look at Dylan Wilson. Wilson looking underneath, but look at Cardwell on the inside wall there.
Oh,
They go at turn number 3.
yeah,
Here's
3 and 4 for the file of the penultimate time to greet the white flag. We are going to finish this race here on this final lap. Wilson having some troubles through 1 and 2. Tucker, your leader down the back straightaway for the final time. Dedman moves into second, but into 3 and 4. For the final time, Kendall Tucker going to be victorious here on the Wednesday evening. For the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Model, your win, Kendall Tucker. The fireworks in the background. Kevin Dedman home in second. Third is going to be Dylan Wilson. Hayden Campbell will grab 4th. 5th is going to be Brayton Wallace. Jason McConnell 6th. Tyler Burrows 7th. Chris Fisher, Cody Howard, and Daniel Powell round out your top 10. Garrett Nebraji in 11th. Dustin Hall, Lucas Chowning, Robert Fletcher, Calvin Herring at top 15. Daniel Cummings Jr., James Schmidt, Jordan Casey, Dylan Hauser, Clay Devon, Blake Brown, Klein Everhart, Rocky Battenfield, Aaron Brumbelow, and Shane James to round out the field. Corey, thank you for those 50 stars.
Yes, that's what I was fixing to say.
Alright, we are now just going to await the arrival of hopefully our top 3 in this one. Of course, we'll try and chat to those drivers, get their thoughts on the race. But Steve, another Williams Grove race in the books, and well, it didn't disappoint.
No, it was action packed, that's for sure. I mean, some good racing all around, and that's something that you watch and wanted to see. And this is what the Monsters of the Dirt delivered to you tonight in the super late models.
Alright, so what we'll do is we'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll give these drivers a minute to get into the Discord. If they're not going to get into the Discord, we are just going to move on from the show. We're waiting on Kendall Tucker, Kevin Dedman, and Dylan Wilson. We've got our second place driver in here at the moment. And I'll tell you what, Steve, we'll throw it down to you and we'll let you go chat with Kevin Dedman, who is going to be a bridesmaid for tonight in the second race.
All right, Kevin. Well, already won one tonight to come home in second place on a last restart. What a charge you had. Tell us how tonight was for you.
I was just survival, basically. Hell, I would have liked to have had a couple laps to try and do something there. I kind of blew 3 and 4 and just kind of ran the slider line on it. I was wanting to hug the bottom there for the last laps. I'd have been a little closer to Kendall, but hell, congrats to him. I'll take a second there, I guess. That was a wild race, just a lot of wrecks.
It is, and it sometimes messes with the mindset, especially on that one restart where the second, third, and fourth kind of all got into each other there. I mean, really, is this a racing deal? But, when you have restarts like that, what does it do as a driver?
It makes you, because we're all trying to time the restart, to get the best start we can, and then it got log jammed up. I was hoping they were going to black flag somebody in that deal, so maybe I could get a couple more spots and be a little closer to the front with those last laps remaining. But it helped me get up there. I was able to kind of avoid that to some extent and not get too much damage. So,
well,
can't complain.
Jeremy Caprone says, tell Kevin he's the king of second place.
I am, man. I mean, like in the Pro Series, I was second. I don't know how many times. I think like three or four. I had too many to count. And then it seems like any race Brett broadcast, I finished second in. I finally got a win earlier tonight. I thought I'd broke the curse and maybe was going to sweep the night, but here I am back in second place again. So,
well, I want to say the last time, didn't you win a race when me and Brett was in a booth and I asked if I could be like your backup singer or something?
Maybe, yeah. That seems like that is right. Last watch, I did win one. So yeah. But it seems more times than not when Brett's announcing, I'm definitely in second. Be careful, damn. Sounds like you're turning stuff over.
He muted his mic. So does that mean I got the job yet for being a backup singer?
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, when I start singing, you just back up and we'll be good to go, man.
All righty. And who would you like to thank making it all possible for you tonight, sir?
Man, thanks to Dirty Grass Soul. Check us out on all the streaming platforms. iRace and iFlag, Jeff Brown, Capron Screen Printing, Jeremy Caprone, Evan C&C High Performance, Team VLR, Full Throttle Performance, and Daniel, Cody, all those guys over there. And Slide Job Ranch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Racing. And that about does it. Appreciate the broadcast, guys. Y'all kill it as always. And thanks to Monsters of Dirt for putting it on. Damn, I wanted to win, but I guess I'll take a second.
All right, this is your second place finisher tonight, Kevin Dedman. Brett, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Going to wheel down to victory lane here and chat to the driver of the 00 machine. And, well, I picked him to win tonight. Then he does not disappoint. Kendall Tucker. Kendall, congratulations on the victory here at the Grove. And first time I think we've seen you here this season with the Monsters of Dirt. And you come away victorious. Talk about your run and how you're able to hold on to the lead.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of had to capitalize on a early race restart right there. Seemed to be a lot of them. Just seemed to be the theme of the race, unfortunately. But just timed the restart up perfect and had a good run. It was even with him into one, and just was able to cross back over his slider right there. And they ended up winning the race for me. I was just having to hit my marks on the restarts, just making sure I was staying away from that inside wall in 4, but just catching all that moisture I could to pull as much as I could on the restarts.
What's it like going down these back straightaways, these long back straightaways or even front straightaway? How much are you off the gas, or how far are you off the gas to try and set your car up for the turn?
I mean, down the straightaways, I mean, I was full throttle pretty much the entire straightaway. Just was slamming on the brakes pretty hard, especially in the 3 and 4 to try and hit that bottom down there. And I think I was really the only one that was able to get down there and run it and stick it. And I've practiced that line a lot, and I'm glad it was able to pay off tonight. And just kind of just registered late for this deal. Just kind of got in last second, and just glad we was able to come away with the win the first night out.
Well, congratulations on the win here at the Williams Grove Speedway for the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Model on this wicked Wednesday. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate, but before we do, we know you got some people and some sponsors that need to be thanked on this race car.
Yeah, I just got to thank all the guys at Speed Lab, and got to thank Jeff Brown with iRacing iFlag, and Jim Emery with Supermoon Graphics, and Steve D. Weiser Organics, Bell Helmet, South Bay Partners, and Kevin Swindell, all he does for us and all the guys. And just got to give a shout out to my mom and Luke back home. Thanks for watching, and just thanks to Monsters of Dirt for putting this deal on, and thanks for the broadcast.
All right, Kendall Tucker there home in first place tonight. Steve, that'll wrap up. No Dylan Wilson for the interviews, so that will conclude, of course, the sponsors on that card, just so we can get those out. Of course, D1RT Racing, Supermoon Graphics. Anybody else on that car that I'm missing? I can't really see. It's pretty dirty.
Yes, pretty dirty, but he did a good job.
All right, well, that'll wrap us up here from the Williams Grove Speedway. Round 4 is complete for the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Model part here on this wicked Wednesday. Tomorrow night, Thursday night. They have, what do they have? UMP Modified, Steve. Steve, we're actually off. We don't have anything tomorrow night. Our next broadcast.
Yeah, we get to play around.
Next broadcast isn't until Sunday night with World of Thunder. So we'll see you then. And thank you once again for your time here on this Wednesday night. Much appreciated as always.
Yes, sir. Good night, everyone.
All right. Of course, don't forget to check out Monsters of Dirt on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow. Don't forget to head over to our website, check out our sponsors page, and support the people that support us, and also sim racing and speedway racing in general. A big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and everybody that makes this all possible, we say farewell, good night. We'll see you back on Sunday night.